Hello and welcome back for episode 6 of the MHC February 2017 player update. This is John Fowl 92 here. And many of you might have noticed throughout December, January, I was doing these player updates mostly in this world actually right here, which is the world of the dragon fight. And yeah, it's post-dragon fight. So I have the egg over there in the village, but I was doing a lot of the video updates from the mansion over here, so I figured we'll return to that here at the end of February and do episode 6 from the mansion as well. Michael has always done these video updates from past MHC worlds, and honestly, most of my old MHC worlds I can't really use because I go on playing them beyond MHC and usually try to do something crazy, and eventually I die. About half the time I die during the challenge, and the other half I usually die after the challenge. So yeah, I don't have too many of these worlds left, but this one is one I haven't died in yet, and I do have my Totem of Undying here, so I got one chance at least. So in episode 6 of the Ice Plains challenge, Michael has, let's see, he's now all armored up and sounds like he's building his house on top of some caves that are fairly near the surface. I always have trouble finding the way into this mansion, but yeah, it's up here. Because there's a lot of, as he's building during the day, there's a ton of sounds. Yeah, so we'll just go here and do the update. Baker Bell and the Load Central team. The wall is now protecting a very cute penguin. They erected a penguin in Rachel's honor. But Maddie also found a spider dungeon, but no great loot. The Load Central team's having a great time. They have 2 episodes left, and they're positioned to build something. We'll see what they do. Java Dad, embarking on a biome enhancement project with his oak saplings, he made an ice fishing shack, and will be a familiar sight to those of us that live in those northern areas near lakes and other things. I see tons of them as I drive around New England, especially in Maine, New Hampshire. Those ice fishing shacks that are out there in the lakes, and Java Dad built one to survive. A black belt crafter, he got the apple and golds required for his task. Now, can he get it done in 2 episodes? He's going to try and convert a zombie. Check it out. It's an exciting project. Block Samurai worked on the tower, and adding a second, roomier story. It's definitely a creative build and has some great potential. Block is creating the tower to rule us all, so pay attention to her episodes. Dadcraft, decorating his cave with snow walls that make it kind of a more realistic area. So he has these vertical walls coming down into his underground base, and using snow in them. Looks like kind of icicles or, more snow-covered or ice-covered walls. It looks great. Tim Obert, Captain Hook 5150, he made a nether portal in his house, and like Black Belt, the only other person to go to the nether this time, found out that it spawned in the air over the lava lake. I have a feeling this is because we have structures off, and somehow nether fortresses are not generating, and I think there was supposed to be one there. Outfoxed, headed out to make sure he was at spawn before he started building his home. Then he started building his log cabin at night, doing a great job of keeping the creepers at bay for the most part. Grandma's Gone Gaming added a door to her base under the hill and added some more stories about agriculture in Alaska, including some salmon fishing that got me hungry. Nobody's LP, caving during the day and coming out during the night, the opposite of most of us. But it made for definitely an exciting episode, and a profitable one, as he was rewarded with a carrot at dawn. So he's got a new crop for his farm. RPG Lover 1980 gathered some more resources, created the iron tools, and expanded the farm in his base. He's hinted that day 7 will be a building episode. Greg C96 was back after about a week and a half off. He posted episode 3 and will be playing along for the rest of the month, so welcome back, Greg. Still doing well. Got his underground base going, and full health and good resources. And then a player that I haven't updated yet, but I watched her episode 6 this week. A new player this month, Honeysuckle, finished off her roof and began decorating the inside of her house. I love the flared roof style that she used on the end of her house. It definitely reminds me of, the kind of ski houses that you would see in the mountains in the United States, but probably more like Scandinavian or something you might see in the Alps or something. Definitely fits with the biome. Really like it. And then finally, we had 2 deaths on episode 6. Family Tuber. Full health, had some extra food, decided to take on the local caves, but he ran into a baby zombie with a sword. Very dangerous combination of speed and damage, which proved too much for Tuber this month. See you next month. Those baby zombies are awful. Just ask Granny's Got Game. After building a roof on her house, she welcomed a baby zombie in to visit. I don't think she meant to welcome the baby zombie, but she placed a block right outside her fence, and the zombie hopped up on it, over her fence, and said hello. Unfortunately, kind of like Family Tuber, this zombie had a nice iron shovel, and it turned out to be a terrible house guest as he whacked her over the head with the shovel, and Granny's Got Game is in the ground. GG for GGG. I will see you guys next week for the 7th episode and penultimate episode of the February Ice Plains Challenge. Hope you had a great week, and best of luck on day 7.